Any injuries before we start? Not mental ones. I know certain injuries. I give a lot of variations. So you just move through, do what you can. Something doesn't feel right, don't do it. Speak up. That's why we're here in person, because I can give you, I show some stuff so our Zoomers can follow. I have a whole thing going on here. But I'm here for you. So just let me know if something doesn't work. Always start at the back of your mat. Maria, if you want to move up a little, you can. You could even pull your mat this way if you prefer to be that way. It may be better. If you decide you want to do that, do that. Sarah, she likes that spot. She likes that little nook. Yeah, it's funny how you find your way to this little nook. Like I practice right here. It's a little nook. Okay, start at the back of your mat. Separate your feet. Totally different. Yeah, bend your knees. It's like a geriatric movement. Yeah, you're going to fold in half. And you're going to fold and grab opposite elbow. So it's ragdoll. Anyone who indulged in lox and bagels last night, be prepared because my run was kind of rough. I was like, oh God, we're going to get it out. We're going to move it through. So bend, 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 bend. And if having your arms dangling like that feels really, really bad, couple things. You can rest your hands on blocks always. You can also choose to just start in a squat if that feels better for you. Take your feet super wide if that's what you're choosing though, going for the squat. If not, you're just hanging and you're folding. And all sorts of stuff comes up when you hang and you fold. Back of the mat. Yeah. The Peloton looks good, Reg. If you get bored, you can go on it. Switch the grip, opposite elbows. You got it. And you just want to drape and start to connect to your breath. Inhale through your nose to the back of your throat. Exhale through the nose to the back of your throat. And what I could recommend right here is shifting a little bit more weight forward into the balls of your feet. One thing we don't want to do is sit back in our hamstrings. Yes. So in this standing forward fold, just let go of your hands and claw the mat. So like claw the mat with your fingertips and let your elbows open and see if you can pull yourself a little closer as your head drops a little lower to the ground. Your knees can stay super bent. Keep your feet and the awareness on your feet here. Plant your palms down, and that may require almost having to do a squat if you're tight. That's okay. And then a lot of attention to your feet and your legs as you slowly, slowly start to creep out to this first down dog. And you may notice that about halfway, your heels pop up, and that's okay. But you're taking up quite a bit amount of space in this first down dog. Yeah, perfect. And your knees, just so you know, can have a bend behind them throughout the entire practice. So you don't have this concept of having like straight legs. For most of us, just doesn't happen. You can have your feet hips width distance now and your hands roughly shoulder width or a little bit wider for some of us. Glance at your hands and make sure that your index fingers are forward or a tiny bit turned out is sometimes a little bit helpful. Yeah. So you want movement of your shoulders away from your ears. That's so we don't jump down into our joints. Yeah, and spread your toes wide. Pick a drishti point. That's your focus. And if you're human, your drishti is going to move. And it's going to be very hard to be consistent on just one focal point because that's just not how our brains work. We're trying to train them. Draw the pit of the belly in and up and breathe your hips way, way up off your shoulders. Roll forward to plank position. Now from down dog to the first plank, sometimes it's a little hairy, so you may have to walk it out. Yeah, see, you got warm already. Your shoulders are directly over your elbows. Your elbows are directly over your wrists. So if that is not going on, walk it out a little. Know the modification. You can drop your knees and you can give yourself support. This is totally a-okay. So now what I need you to do is look to the front edge of your mat. That's it. Breathe your chest through your body. Yes. And then ride out the exhale breath as you bring a little bit more weight forward onto your tippy toes. And at any given point, you feel that you don't want to give up too much energy. You can always drop your knees. Hold here though. Drive the energy more forward. Look forward a little with your eyes, not your neck. Sustain with your breath. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through the nose. The goal is to take the round out of our spine. Hug the outer triceps in, contract the thighs, activate your legs, hold. Stay with it. Hips up and back dog. Roll forward plank. So now you probably found your sweet spot. Yeah, if you didn't, that's okay too. Sometimes we work the entire day to find our sweet spot. We never find it. Bend our elbows in half. Chaturanga, you can drop your knees. Elbows slide by the side body, the knees can drop. You got it. Straighten your arms to a plank. Oh boy. Hips up and back down dog. Roll forward plank. Yes. So plank position to chaturanga. Drop your knees if you need support. Halfway down at most. Bend your elbows in half. A little bit is better than nothing. Straighten your arms, plank. Nice work. Hips up and back dog. One more. Roll forward plank. Drop your knees if you need support. Chaturanga. Pull yourself to your first up dog or baby cobra. Tracy does a good baby cobra. Yep. Activate the tops of the feet. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Take a full breath out. So your vinyasa is your own. You can skip as much as you want. You can add in whatever you need. It's about creating your own movement on your mat. I'm just here to guide you through and keep you safe. Look to the top edge of the mat. Step your feet there. So, or maybe it's like 10 steps. It may not be so graceful this morning. Long spine, bagels and locks. I'm blaming it on that. Exhale, fold in half. Do that again. Come to the fingertips, long spine. Now, if your hands don't make it to the floor, don't stress out about it. Slide your hands to the front of your shins and press your hands into your shins with your weight forward. Exhale, fold in half. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer at heart, drop your arms. Here we go. Just keep it really simple this morning. Arms slide up. You can look up a little with your eyes. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Come to the fingertips to prepare. That just means long spine, look forward a little. Plant your palms and take 2 very large steps back to the back of the mat to plank. When you arrive in this plank, decide if you want to push up. It could be modified. You can also skip it. So the chaturanga, the elbows slide by your side body. Then you drag yourself through up dog or baby cobra if you're taking it. Hips up and back down dog. That's good, Kristen. I like it. Breathe. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Look to the top of the mat. Just step to get there again. We kind of have to work it out this morning. Long spine to prepare you when you arrive. Exhale to fold you. Root to rise, come all the way up. Anchor yourself. Drag it to prayer at heart. Drop your arms. Arms reach up. It's meditative. Let it be meditative, restorative. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Come to the fingertips to prepare. Look forward a little with your eyes. Step to plank. Even if you're super excited, just step. Bend your elbows in half if you're taking the push-up. It could also be a micro movement. Drag yourself through your up dog, baby cobra, or skip. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Start to link the movement with your breath and think a little less, if possible. Anchor through your hands, look to the top. Step. If you feel the need to float, go for it, but there's no rush. Long spine, weight is forward. Exhale, fold into yourself. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer at heart, drop your arms. One more, arms slide up, look up. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. The weight goes forward. Long spine to set you up. Step, or float through a vinyasa if you're feeling ambitious. Upward facing, point your toes. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Good, you're gonna come forward to plank position. Hug your right knee towards your navel. Yeah, the party's over. You're like, oh, it's not so bad. And then all of a sudden it gets ugly quick. Feel your outer triceps grip in. So all you're doing is plank and hugging your knee to your navel. If something's going on in your body and you need less intensity, take this more in a dog. So just be high in a down dog and just draw your knee to your navel. There's something for everybody here. Okay, so what you're gonna do is extend your right leg up and back to a 3-legged down dog so your hips have to lift. Flex the right foot. Good. Do that again. Come forward plank, hug the right knee in. So we're doing deliberate, slow movements. Nothing is jerky. You do what you can. Your arms are straight. Your hands are pressing firm into the mat. You're scooping out your belly. You're looking forward with your eyes. Extend your right leg up and back, three-legged down dog, but don't open your hips. Flex the right foot strong and grip your left hip in. Again, come forward plank, hug the right knee in. So scoop out the belly. Even staying up high is going to give you something. Look forward with your eyes. Land your right foot smack in between your hands. Come to your fingertips, okay? So your right foot's in the center of the mat. Turn your left foot on a strong angle. Grab somewhere on your right shin leg and open your hips. Everyone's going to go to the pool. Sarah's going to go towards the glass door and Maria's going to go towards the woods. Yes. Pull up in the front of your shin into triangle from the ground up. For some reason, this doesn't work. You reset. So you want your back leg straight. It's the anchor. And your front leg almost all the way straight. There's a little bend. A block to the outside of your calf may be helpful, but I really like it this way. Pull up somewhere on your pant leggings, lift from your side waist and spread your left arm up and then look up. Grip your hips in strong. Yeah. And be here. Just pause, be still, connect to the breath. Stay with it. Look to the floor, circle both hands down again. Like if you got in, peel the left heel up, you're in a low lunge, walk the right foot to the right. Tent the left fingertips or slide a block underneath your hand. A block is really helpful for a lot of us. Peel the right arm open. Easy twist, guys. Grip your right hip in strong. If you know you roll in with your shoulders, you can tent the fingertips, you can knuckle the hand, you can place the block super high. Here, make life easier. Your hand can also be on the flat part of your back if spreading it up towards the sky doesn't work out. Keep bending deep into your front thigh. Are you breathing? I hope so. Good. Look to the floor. Both hands come to frame your front foot. Everybody drop their left knee down and turn the left toes out on an angle to the left. That's it. Right leg's going to open up towards the sky. It's an amended side plank, guys. Amended side plank. Your left hand could be flat into the mat if that feels okay. I tent my fingertips. It helps me. Side body long. And then lift your right leg as high as your hip and flex the right foot strong as you look up with your eyes. Stay with it. Look to the floor, both hands down. Keep the lift of the right leg. Don't let it go. Pivot the left toes around. Curl the toes into the mat. Three-legged down dog like we did before. Flex the foot. This time, come forward plank and take your right knee across to the left tricep. It's not going to touch. Just go across body to work your obliques. Amy, be careful not to take your whole body. So you're just working your knee. You're keeping your hips square to the front edge of the mat. Good. Straighten out your right leg for a fallen triangle. It's early on, but I think you can do it. Turn your back toes. You can do this. Yeah, get to know your neighbor if you don't know them. Stack the left arm up towards the sky. You got it. Perfect. Lift from the bottom hip. The back left foot is the anchor. Nice work. Look down, both hands to the floor. Hug the right knee straight in and step your right foot forward and through. Turn the back foot on an angle. Reach your arms back and hover over your front thigh. You got it. Walk the right foot a little towards Tracy. You got it. There. The back foot's on a strong angle. So Sarah, see if you can turn your foot warrior one foot like 80 degrees. Grip the hip in and then come up really deliberately warrior one. You want to feel rooted through your feet, through your legs. Spin the left waist forward. Look up with your eyes. Take another big breath in. Awaken. Hands come down. Plank position. Hold plank or hold push-up chaturanga. Take yourself to an up dog at this point. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Come forward plank, hug your left knee in and pause. Once again, you can stay up higher in down dog and it's going to be less intense, but you're still gonna be working. There's a little round in your spine, your eyes move forward, your outer arms grip in. So it's going straight in. Extend your left leg up and back, three-legged down dog, flex the foot. Do this slow and do it deliberately. Grip your right hip in strong. There's a scissoring of your inner thighs. Come forward, plank, hug the knee in again. So yes, scoop out your belly a little, press into the mat. Slide the left leg up and back, three-legged down dog, be slow. One more, come forward, hug the knee in. Look forward a little, it's gonna help. Land the left foot smack in between your hands. Take a second to get the foot there. Come to your fingertips. Keep the left foot forward. Turn your back foot strong. You should be heel to arch. Pull up on the front of the shin and come to triangle right here. Good work. If you need a block, you use the block. You need to reset, you reset. Back leg is a strong anchor. Front leg has a little soft micro bend. There's a little leaning back feeling, but you're not back bending. The outer hips grip in. So your job when you get to the pose is just to breathe, collect yourself, and allow yourself to feel. Keep gripping your left hip underneath you. Stay with it. The moments that you pause are a gift, trust me. Look to the floor, circle both hands down, let your right heel peel off. Everybody has to walk their left foot to the left. It's just to create that dimension of balance. Right hand down, left arm peels open, easy twist. Yeah, definitely go for the block to the instep of the foot. Grip the hips in strong. The left hip likes to scooch out. And the back leg is like plank. If sacking the left arm up towards the sky doesn't work for you, hand can be on the flat part of your mat, on the flat part of your back, like Meredith is doing. Bring a little bit more weight forward towards the front edge of your mat. There you go. So you're high on the ball of your back foot. More breath. Good. Look down, take both hands to the floor, pause for a second. Tent the right fingertips or plant the palm flat, drop the right knee and wing out your toes towards the right. You got it. Curl the toes into the mat. Swing the left hip on top. Modified side plank. I love this version. Yeah. Make sure your hand is completely forward. Yeah. Breathe the top leg up in line with the body and then look up. Look down, place both hands down, swing the right toes around, curl the toes, keep the left leg lifted like a half plank, and then press back up to a three-legged down dog. So the left leg doesn't drop at all. Mount the hands down into the mat, grip the right hip in strong. Come forward one more time, plank, and swing the left knee towards the right tricep, just in the general direction. So just doing a little cross body, and then lean onto the left hand and slide the left leg out on an angle. So you want the leg out a little higher in line with the hip. So it's up a little higher, and then turn the right foot so it anchors, right arm up. Fallen triangle, yes. Look down, right hand comes down, square off the hips and hug the left knee in. Slide the left foot forward and through. Turn the back foot on a strong angle, pause, stay low for a second. Your feet should be about hip split distance. Swing the arms back so they hover alongside the body. Whenever we do this, the palms face down. That just kind of gets the shoulder blades set. Grip your left hip in, anchor the right leg, and then come up with power and grace, warrior one. Sometimes you need a bigger step, sometimes you need a smaller step. These look pretty good. The right ribs swing forward, the arms energize up. Hands come down to the floor. Move through your version of a vinyasa. So it can be plank to a chaturanga, to an up dog, or you can bag it all and just hang out in a down dog and be happy. Take a deep breath in. Take a full breath out. Look to the top of the mat. Step or float your feet there. Hopping is not an option for all of us. Yes, it's not always a happy thing. Long spine, fold. I haven't hopped in like 2 years. Sit into chair. Weight into your heels. It's like when you're young and you ski, you're like all about the woods and the moguls. And then you turn 40 and you're like, oh my God, I just want like nice, smooth, groomed trails. I just want to feel my body moving, and you're happy. It's funny how your perspective changes. Shoot up to stand up. You're still doing the same thing. Drag the hands to prayer. Drop your arms. Here we go. Sit into chair from the top, like a little dance. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Everyone at home looks fantastic. Long spine to prepare. Step or float through your vinyasa. Once again, you can just step to a dog too. Up dog is a back bend. It's a new breath. Downward facing dog, hips press back. Land your right foot forward, turn your back foot strong, warrior one. Take your time. Hands come down through a vinyasa, or you just go to a dog and you hold. Depends. You can add a push-up, you can skip a push-up. Left foot forward, back foot turns, warrior one. Let your body and your mind, your breath kind of guide you this morning. Hands come down, plank position. Halfway to a push-up, chaturanga if you're taking it. Up dog pulls you through, hips up and back, downward facing. And then you be still, you get yourself together. Look to the top, step or float your feet there, or crawl. Long spine, fold, sit deep chair. So when you go to the chair, stick your butt back. You could also separate your feet a little. Your arms are riding up, even if they need to be bent, because maybe something doesn't feel great in the upper shoulders. Just look forward a little. Shoot up to stand up, drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Again, arms reach up. From the top, you sit deeply into chair. Then you dive over, bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Come to the fingertips. This sets you up. Just step, or if you want to float, you land always in a low push-up chaturanga. Up dog if you're taking. Downward facing dog is where we meet. The right foot lands, the back foot turns. For some reason, you have an aversion to warrior one. You can always take crescent for the back. Hands come down through a vinyasa or bag it. The up dog should feel good in your body if you're taking. Downward facing. Left foot forward, back foot anchors, warrior one. Yeah, turn the back toes a little bit more towards me and then the hip can go. Perfect. Hands come down, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, point your toes. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Then you be still, you get yourself together. Look to the top, step or float your feet there. Long spine, weight is forward. Exhale, fold. Sit chair. Like make a commitment to the chair. Weights in your heels, and then take that energy to shoot up to stand up, drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Again, arms reach up, sit deep, chair. Then the fold happens naturally because you're already halfway there. Let the head go. Come to the fingertips to prepare, step or float through your vinyasa. Up dog slides you through, hips up and back, down dog. We're moving and grooving here. Right foot forward, back foot turns, warrior one. If it's too fast, you slow it down. If it's not fast enough, help yourself out. Chaturanga. Upward facing. Upward facing dog should feel good, guys. Down dog, don't slam into the lower back. Left foot lands, back foot turns. Everyone's bodies and breaths move different. Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog, slide you through. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. One more, here we go. Look to the top, step or float your feet there. Long spine, that was a good jump. Exhale, fold. Sit deep chair. Press up to stand up, drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Arms reach up, sit deep, chair pose. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. You got it. Long spine sets you up. You can step, you can float. Upward facing, press through the tops of the feet. Hips up and back, down dog. Right foot lands, back foot turns, warrior one. You got it. Hands come down, chaturanga. There's no right or wrong in yoga. It's just proper alignment. That's the biggest thing. And that you're breathing. Left foot forward, back foot turns, warrior one. Hands come down on your own beat. Chaturanga. Up dog pulls you through. Hips up and back. Meet me in a down dog, everybody. 3 breaths. Good work, guys. Roll forward plank. Hug the right knee in again. Point the right toes. This time round your spine and see if you can bring your forehead to your knee. You can do this, Kristen. Just keep the hips high. Yeah, Meredith, same thing. Now, keep the lift of the leg. Don't let it drop. Look forward to the front edge of your mat. Draw the leg a little closer to you, and then step your right foot smack through. Turn your back foot on an angle. Reach for a block, guys. Take the block any direction that works to the outer blade of your foot. You could go super high. Yep. Rest the hand on that block. Grip your right hip in strong and have your right arm connected to the outside of the right leg. Turn your back foot lower, like, yeah, and then extend the left arm up. So a really deliberate extended side angle A. If you're here and you're really despising this, your arm can come rest on the top of your thigh. Nance, you got it. Sarah, looks great. Get heavy in your front leg. Grip your right hip under you. Turn your right ribs towards the sky. Connect to your breath. Good, it's a little bit of a hold right here. If you would like to wrap your left arm forward towards the front edge of the mat, make sure that you turn your shoulder, yes, on the right direction. So the baby finger is gonna turn down. You got it, Lauren, perfect. Stay with your breath. It's just a feeling in your legs. Keep the breath flowing. Try not to hold it. Left arm slides up. Hand can come to your hip or the arm can stay up. You're going to look down. You're going to take your block off the edge of the right baby toe. You're going to keep hugging your right hip in and float up to an Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. So the trick with this is to keep your right foot forward. Ha, the hardest part. Bring the block more forward. So it's underneath your right shoulder. Excellent. Your left arm can be straight up towards the sky. Your hand can also just be on your hip. Turn your bottom ribs to the right. Flex your left foot, and you could fall out 100 times. It's just yoga. It's okay. And then decide what you want to add in today. Maybe it's just being here and being still. Maybe you want to take a little Chopasana, a little bind. You can reach your left arm back and grab your ankle or the top of your foot. It's not for everybody. The kick goes behind you. Maybe it's just lightening your right hand a little. Nice. A little micro bend behind your right knee is helpful for everybody. Anything that you added in, just find your way back to regular half moon. Yeah. Now you're going to look down, focus on your right foot strong, and take a giant step back, warrior two. Before you just bounce open, get your feet really stacked and then cartwheel open, warrior two. Yeah, and then take a second. Your back toes have to pivot in a little. Your right knee always tracks over your right ankle. So making sure the stance is wide enough and long enough. Yeah, definitely go out a little wider. And then lengthen your tailbone. So you want to roll the inside of your right thigh open. Breathe your chest open. For years, everyone was so set on the drishti. It needs to be forward, needs to be forward. Your drishti can be anywhere. I just don't recommend the floor. Just pick something that you can focus on, or maybe go a little deeper this morning and close your eyes. Wherever you are, though, keep breathing your left shoulder blade open so you stay even. Keep rolling the inside of your right thigh open. Stay with it. Keep the strong structure of your legs. Flip the right palm, reverse your warrior, which is a very subtle movement. It's not a back bend, it's just a side body opening. You can look up a little. Keep staying heavy in your front thigh. Reach through warrior two. Take your hand to the instep of your foot. Once again, use of the block is super helpful. You can go any level that you feel it feels good for you. Lean back into the inside of the right leg and then extend your left arm up. This time you're so ready for some sort of bind, you can extend your left arm around and just go for the half bind. That's what most of us do. If you feel you can take a full bind, you're gonna clasp your hands, but you gotta open up your torso and lean back. Half bind is fine. Yeah, some of you are like, I think I'll try it and then I think I won't. Lean back a little bit more, open your collarbone, open your chest so you can breathe. It's okay to try it and then back off. Keep gripping your right hip in and keep turning those bottom ribs. Stay with it. Warrior two, unravel. Take the bounce out. Look forward with your eyes. Take it to the floor. Move yourself through a vinyasa. Up dog opens you. Hips up and back, downward facing. Roll forward plank, hug the left knee in, scoop out the belly. This time, draw your knee to your forehead and really get in there. You can do this more in a down dog too. Straight in, left knee towards forehead. Scoop out your belly. Wrap your outer triceps in. Keep the scooping out, just look forward with your eyes. Keep the leg lifted super high. There you go. You're still in it. Your outer triceps are gripping strong. Your core is working. Look forward, land your left foot forward. Yeah. Turn your back foot in a warrior two. Foot don't come up though. Reach for your block outside of foot, any angle. Outside of left leg, inside of left arm, and then extend your right arm up. Grip your left hip in underneath you. Looks good. Play with the height of the block, whatever works for you. Keep getting heavy in your front leg. Bottom ribs turn. Yeah. Top arm can wrap forward if you want more. It's up to you though. If you feel like you go there and it doesn't work, back out. Yeah, go higher with the block. Because I'm watching the shoulder. You want to make sure the shoulder doesn't roll. That left hip gets lazy, I know. Keep gripping it underneath you and turning those bottom ribs. Few more. No angry yoga. Be happy in the moments that you can hold and just be strong in your body, but more strong in your mind and your breath. Slide the left arm, right arm up, excuse me, or bring your hand to your hip. If you pick, look down, keep your left foot forward and gripping your left hip in. You're gonna reach down and kind of lean into half moon nice and easily. The block is forward enough and a little bit off to the left. So I wanna go like 10 inches forward off the edge of the left toes. And then the right hand on the hip or stack the right arm up. We kind of set this up before in the modified version of side plank. Yeah, play with the block and where it needs to be. These look good. Lift from your inner thigh, flex your toes. Add in what you feel you need. You may need nothing else. You got it, Kristen. Just have the arm resting on your side. Make less work for that shoulder and keep turning your bottom ribs. If you're binding, the kick goes behind you. Regular half moon if you added anything in. If not, you just stay. Focus strongly on your left foot and your left hip. Take a giant step back, get your feet set first, and then cartwheel open warrior two. You want to bend deep into your front thigh, but let your tailbone go straight down. Broaden the upper body so you're even through your upper torso. Fix your eyes or close your eyes. You can decide. Just continuously feel your left thigh turning open, not going in. So it's rolling to the outer blade of your baby toe. Use a little bit more breath. Yeah, let's fix this. turn your toes a little bit, perfect. And then now got your hip, and then a little bigger step, and you're in good shape. Awesome. Couple more. Keep the shape of your legs, flip your left palm, reverse your warrior. So when you reverse the warrior, it's a very subtle movement. Your hand kind of slides down the back of the thigh, but you're real heavy in your front thigh, and you're kind of lifting from your hip point, your left hip point. Come back to warrior two, and then place your left hand down. Use a block or not, right arm up. And then add in the bind. You're probably more natural just to go right for it. The arm can wrap around so much more easily. Go inside a foot, Laura, with the block, yeah. Then you can anchor the back of your tricep and kind of get in there, where you go inside of a foot, take the block to the instep. Yeah, you did that already. You got it. Nice, Sarah. So lift from your collarbone, your chest, and then grip your hip in strong. Good. So remember, when you bind, there's kind of a lift up. You want to lift up, and then you want to turn. You got it. Couple more breaths. You look great, everybody. Stay with it. Strong legs, strong breath. Warrior two. I'll take you out of your misery. Warrior two. Look forward, circle it to the floor, move through a vinyasa. You got this. Chaturanga should feel good. If you're taking up dog, even better. Anchor through the tops of the feet. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Look to the top, step or float your feet there. Long spine on the inhale. Exhale, fold into yourself. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag your hands to prayer, drop your arms. Do me a favor and just separate your feet about hips width distance. It's going to be a little easier for balancing. Good. Take your left hand to your hip, reach down and grab your right foot, and see if you can pull this foot into a tree. If this does not work for you this morning, the foot could be anywhere on your leg, just not pressing into the instep of the knee. Now I want you to keep your hand on somewhere on your leg if you can, or reaching forward or the palm open. You decide. Left arm's going to extend up. Fix your eyes and just focus on gripping your hips in. Keep hugging your hips in and keep lengthening your left arm up. Fix your eyes. The growth of the pose happens from the left side of the body. Without letting anything touch, you're just going to slide your hand up the front of that right shin, the area, and grab the front of the right knee. Keep reaching the left arm up. Flex your right foot strong. So go ahead and grab the front of the right knee. You got it. Keep the right leg forward, Kristen, and keep a 90-degree angle. There you go. So just a modified standing leg raise, and focus intently on your core muscles, the lift of your ribs and the extension of your left arm up. Now keep all that. Don't let anything touch. Focus strongly on your balance. Slide your right hand to the front of your right ankle, and then swing your right leg straight back behind you, but don't move the knee away from the inner left thigh. So make sure the two knees line up like a door on a hinge. The left arm extends up. Soften behind the left knee a little. Give your right foot and hand a little energy. Kick your right foot into your right hand, but don't let your right hip open towards the right or your right knee. So slide it right behind you. Bend a little into the left leg, and then just take your left arm and drive it straight forward on an angle. Kick a little more into your right hand. Fire up your right quadricep and all the muscles around your glute and your hamstring. Let your right arm swing behind you a little. You got it. If you fall, you try again. Don't let anything go. Slide the left arm up, slide the hand to the front of the right knee, flex the foot. Keep breathing. Reach down for your ankle, get the foot back into tree. Grip the hips in strong and then slide your right arm up. Yes. Fix your eyes. Keep your arms moving up. Slide the right foot down back into this version of like a mountain pose. Your feet are separated today. Sit intently into a strong chair with your feet separated. Slide your hands to prayer. Inhale your breath. You're going to hook and turn to the left, not towards the right, excuse me. But if you don't hook your elbow today, that's okay. I'd like you to stay up a little higher for some of you and really focus on being heavy in your legs. You're turning to the right, hooking the left elbow to the outside of the right thigh area with a little separation between your feet. Keep the hips nice and heavy. You can even do toes together and heels a little bit apart. You may find a little wiggle room in your low back as you get in there. If you want to open up your arms this morning, you can. You don't have to. Keep the spine moving forward, but the weight staying in your heels. Watch that the left knee doesn't slide past the right. That's the hardest part, especially if you're hovering in the air. Chair pose, pull around. Get real heavy in your legs and see how low you can go. I sound like the MC at these bar mitzvahs. How low could you go? Shoot up to stand up, drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Be still for a second. So forget about it because you got to do the other side. Stand on your right leg. If you did the wrong leg, do the right leg. Do the leg you didn't do. Reach down, grab your left ankle. Get hold of somewhere on your leg. I want you to stay connected to your leg the entire process. It's part of the meditation. Slide the right arm up. Grip the hips in strong. So keep your hand somewhere on your leg. If you can't reach your ankle, you just grab your thigh. Hold on. Fix your eyes. Let the left shoulder draw down the back and extend the right arm up really, really high, like you're going to reach for the sky. Keep standing on your right leg. Keep gripping your hips in and let the right arm rise up higher. Slide the left hand across the front of the shin. It's going to kind of have to wrap around. Grab below the knee shin area. Your leg is completely forward in a 90-degree angle. Your right arm is still riding up. Your waist is lifted. Keep all that. Don't let anything touch. Move slow enough that you can really feel the movement, the meditation. Slide the hand to the front of the shin and let the leg go right behind you. The two knees line up. The kick is subtle. The shoulder draws down the back. You want to really fire up your quadriceps. You're not letting your whole body drop down. You're staying really lifted. Maybe the right arm moves a little bit. It's like a tip. But it's all about that connection with your left hand and your left foot. Squeeze the muscles around the lower half of the body so you can really feel. It's amazing how you don't have to do a lot to feel a lot. Start to pull the torso up. Don't let anything touch. Slowly slide the hand to the front of the shin. Flex the foot. Flex the foot strong. Grip the hips in and keep rising up out of your body. Reach down, grab the ankle. Find that left leg back into some version of a tree. Once you feel that you are rooted, extend both arms up. They can go straight up. They can go open a little, depending on your shoulders. Grip the hips in strong. Keep the arms moving up. Let the left foot land down. A little bit separation between your feet this morning. Drop heavy in your legs, chair. Slide your hands to prayer. You've never been so happy to drop your arms. And then hook the elbow towards the left. So it's the right elbow hooking to the outside of the left thigh, or just be in space. I like it. Get heavy in your legs. Open up your arms. Wow, looks great. Watch that the right knee doesn't slide past the left. It's the trickiest part of this. The spine is long, the weight is in the heels. Your breath is moving. Nice, Meredith. Chair, heavy in your legs, real heavy. Like make this commitment to like sit, really, really sit. Really, really sit. Sit so much that you hit the ground. Hands out in front of you. Go flat, feet flat like this first. Yeah. So this is the position you want your body to be in when you're in a boat Navasana. Let the shoulders draw down the back. If your hands don't make it to the ground, tempt the fingertips. You can always slide blocks too. So all this stays the same. Start with one leg. Lift one leg up. Yeah, and notice you immediately want to lean back into your lower back. Right. So that's why it's kind of nice to have the arms out on an angle. Lower the right foot. Lift the left leg. Yeah. Everyone's got a block, right? Lower the foot. Grab your block, guys. Place it in between your thighs. Good. Squeeze the block, lift the right leg. You feel that? Lift. Get out of your lower back. Slide your arms more forward. Lower the right foot. Anchor the right foot. Don't drop the block. Lift the left foot. We'll do it like this a few times. Lower the left foot, but we'll do it slow. Right leg lifts. Lower the right foot, squeeze the block, left leg lifts. You don't have a block, you're envisioning something. Lower the left foot, right leg lifts. Lift the collarbone, spread the collarbone, you got it. Lower the right foot, lift the left. Lower the left foot, lift both. Don't let the block go. I have to do it with bent knees. There's just no way. Keep the hands down. Lower yourself to an Ardha Navasana, squeeze the block. Ardha Navasana is a hover. Your shoulders draw down, the back of your neck is long. The legs can be up. Nance, 90-degree angle is fine. Flex the feet. Any direction for your legs, any amount. Hovering the floor is going to be the most intense. Press down, Boat Navasana, don't lose the block. How's that bagel and locks? Blah. Cross the ankles, even if you didn't have one, just thinking about it. Block in front, step back, chaturanga. Upward facing dog pulls you through. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Right foot lands, crescent lunge. Keep it moving, don't fall apart now. Crescent lunge, you're high on the ball of your foot here. Drag your prayer to heart, inhale the breath, hook the elbow, you get to lean out and twist. If this is not your friend, this pose, this can be a little rough on lower back sometimes. Stay up high and just air twist. I'm demonstrating here. You can even stay up really high and just open up your arms. The focus is on the lower half of the body and gripping your hip in strong. That's it. Have your right hand on your, have your left hand on your hip and your right arm back. Left hand across body just to keep you aligned, and then right arm back. No. Hand on the front of the quadricep, right arm back. Lean back a little, get the crown of the head to line up with the back heel. It's all about adapting. Each day you arrive, it's a little different. You can drop your back knee if it's too much. Stay with it, guys. This is when the angry yoga comes out. Let's have a little fun. Place both hands down. You're like, this is not fun. Claw the mat and let the left leg float up. Fold over your right thigh. Bend your right leg, kind of how we started. Breathe your left leg up, let the head go. Turn your back left toes open just a little bit. Yes, so your toes go a little bit open. And then take about a 3-foot step back. Good. So it's like a short warrior one. Walk your right foot a little to the right, slide your hands to your hips, come halfway up, steer the hips back, come the rest of the way up. So it's like a short warrior one position. Yeah, and if you need to kind of work it out a little, that's fine. Right hand on your hip, left arm extends up. Breathe that left arm up and then come forward halfway. Steer your right hip back, like give yourself a little bit of a manual adjustment. Definitely use a block. Most of us need it. Instep of the foot is a good spot. Any direction here. Hand goes on and then slide your right hand to the flat part of your back. This is going to give you a lot of info on your body, keeping yourself aligned. Look right. And then if you can, the right arm wraps up. It's not for everybody. Perfect. Let's look at the alignment. How's it feel? The alignment looks very good for everybody. Very good. Stay 3 more breaths because you can. If you're dying to go to revolved Ardha because you just love that pose, the block moves out and the back leg pops up and you move revolved Ardha. It's not for everyone. If you feel you need more. Down dog is where we'll meet. Just step back. Down dog. No vinyasa, just stay engaged. Left foot forward, crescent lunge. Hands draw to prayer, inhale your breath, hook the elbow, turn to the left. Right elbow hook. So you're high on the ball of your back foot. You can always opt to the back knee being down on an angle. Squeeze the muscles around your back right quadricep. Stay upright if it's too much. That's it, Meredith. Yeah, if any turning is not going to be good. So just breathe yourself, and even micro movements are really good. Couple more. Activate the muscles around your quadricep. It's getting dark. Not the outside. Your mood is getting dark, I see. Stay with it. Look down, place both hands to the floor, pause. Float the back right leg up and just breathe that leg up as you fold. Let the head go. Soften the shoulders down the back. Scoop out your belly and draw your stomach closer towards your thigh. Now keep that, turn your right toes open to the right, like 2 inches, and then take about a 3 to 4 foot step back so your back foot plants. Walk the left foot a little to the left. It's like a short warrior one. Bring your hands to your hips, come halfway up, come the rest of the way up. Iron out the position of your feet. Sometimes it needs a little wiggle room. Left hand on your hip, turn your right toes all the way forward. Yeah. Reach up big, come halfway down. Steer your left hip back and then slide your hand to your shin or to a block. Most of us do well with a block. Hand slide to the flat part of your back. You got it. Right hand down. Left hand on the flat part of your back. Look left, look up. Spine is long, legs are strong, and you're twisting open. The twist is happening from your little ribs, so it may not be a large movement. Two more. Look down, place both hands down, step to a dog. In your down dog, drop to your forearms. So it's a dolphin pose. It looks like this. You can clasp your hands if that feels good. If not, your arms are like 2 railroad tracks. Let your head be soft. Walk your feet in a little closer to you. Make a little bit of a tighter positioning. If you'd like, you can float your right leg up towards the sky. This is optional. Your right leg lifts. Yeah. Lower your right foot down. Yeah, everybody walk their feet 2 inches closer to you. It's going to be easier. Float the left leg up. If you need to rest in child's pose, you do that. You can come to child's pose and rest at any point. Lower the left foot. Stay here 5 more breaths. This is where you would go up into an inversion if we weren't outside with all these lovely elements of nature, like brick, right? You rest when you've had enough. Child's pose, everybody. Good. Press onto all fours, tabletop position. Look forward with your eyes and slide your right foot forward. So it's going to look like this. Just right foot comes forward. Arms are going to come up towards the sky. Curl the toes into the mat. The left thigh is straight up and down. If this doesn't feel great for your knee, let me know because we could do something else. You could pat it. Arms going to reach straight up. Drop your arms by your side body. Interlace your hands. Inhale your breath. Grip your right hip in strong and start to lean back. If you can slide your hands down the back of that left thigh, that's wonderful and great. If not, just think clasped hands. Chest open, hips gripping in strong, and your drishti, your gaze just looking up softly. This is a back bend. Whole front line of the body is opening. Pull the torso up. Wrap the arms back up towards the sky. Good. Hands come down to frame your front foot, just like this. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to lift the back left knee up off the floor and angle the right leg into half pigeon. So it's just going to look like that. If you need to step through a down dog to do it, it's fine. Just different ways to get in. We don't get so complacent. And fold. Yeah, and if it doesn't work, let me know. If you need a modification, there's always one. So a lot of us are very content with this. If you would like to add in the next part of the pose, it's up to you. I will show you the next option. You'll pull your torso up, the right leg stays. You'll bend your left leg in half. You'll reach around and you'll grab your left ankle. I am, for some reason, able to get my foot into the crease of my elbow. Right. But that's it. The top arm eventually comes up behind you and you clasp. It's kind of like Gomakasana arms. That's not happening. Good. If this isn't for you, just stay in half pigeon. Stay in half pigeon if you feel like you're going to get more. You got it. So you want to swing your whole torso forward. Your chest goes forward. Yes. You're like, I'll stay in half pigeon. Let the foot go if you added that in. Plant the hands down to the ground. Curl the toes under. Step to a dog. Roll forward plank. Bend your elbows in half. Pull yourself through an up dog. Point your toes. Last time today. Hips up and back, downward facing. Drop to your knees, tabletop position. Slide your left foot forward. Come to your fingertips. Your right leg is straight up and down. Arms reach up. Drop your arms by your side body. If you can remember your grip, go ahead. Opposite. Inhale the breath, grip the hips in strong. Exhale the breath, start to pull the chest open. The feeling of a back bend doesn't need to be like this very intense, earth-shattering experience. Focus on the subtle things, gripping the left hip in strong, moving your hip points forward, letting your eyes of the shoulder blades drop open, and letting your front line become this open, clean movement. That's the goal of a back bend. Calming your mind and your breath. Pull the torso up, yes, then unravel the arms. Hands come down, frame the front foot, activate your back leg. Swing your left leg on an angle and land it into a half pigeon. You got it. So you want the top of your right thigh pointed down, the top of the right foot on the mat. Good. And fold. So you're going to stay here, or I'll let you know in a few breaths when to move on to the other funky version if you want it. If you want to add the funky version, pull the torso up. So the goal of this version is that the eyes of the shoulders must stay forward. So the second you turn, you're kind of out of alignment. It's really not the best thing. So the left hand kind of braces you, and then you reach back, grab your ankle. You may also choose to just grab it from the outside, like Steph's doing here, and just stay really upright, because it's going to give you that psoas release and a back bend. If you can grab your foot from the inside, that's great. Sometimes you can get your foot to the crease of your elbow and you can wrap your left arm behind you. Perfect spot to stop. Let go of the foot. Everybody pull their torso up. Lean onto the left side, swing the right leg forward. Straighten out your legs. Take your block, take it in between your feet. I like this direction. Just like this, in between the ankle bones. Inhale the breath. Exhale, start to lean out and fold. So the eyes of your ankles kind of squeeze the block, and then you fold. And if you can't reach your feet, just slide your arms alongside your body and just fold as deeply as you can. Roll down onto your back vertebrae by vertebrae. Hug your right knee in towards your chest. Take your right leg over towards the left and give yourself a little supine twist. If you like, you can bend your left leg in and reach for your left ankle with your right hand. So your right hand is reaching for your left ankle. Your left hand is in the outer part of your right thigh. It's kind of a bound twist. Keep breathing your right shoulder blade to the mat. Let go of your bottom foot first, then roll up to center. Slide the right leg forward. Hug the left knee in towards the chest, give it a squeeze. Take the leg over to the right. Keep your right hand on that left thigh. If you want more, bend your right leg in half, like towards your butt. Reach down with your left hand, grab your ankle. Keep breathing your left shoulder blade to the mat. Let go of the foot first. Then roll evenly. Hug both knees in towards the chest. Give it an even squeeze. Find Shavasana, complete rest. Make yourself comfortable. I know we all have very busy lives, but the next 2 minutes are really where it all kind of seeps in. Complete rest. Nothing left to do, but just be still. Take a big breath in. Breathe a full exhale breath out. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. With your eyes closed if you can. Rock yourself up and just sit up nice and tall for a second in this new kind of fresh body. It's kind of cool that you get a fresh start when you get to your yoga mat. Putting everything in place, the shoulders draw down the back. Let the hands come to prayer. Always have gratitude at the end of the practice. Just being able to get here, move, think a little less, feel a little more. Bow your head, have closure. Lift your head, open your eyes. Namaste. Awesome practice, guys. We'll do it again next week. Wednesday and Friday seems to work, so we'll keep it rolling. All my Zoomers, thanks for joining, and I'll see you soon.